Lions TV, we are sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited, a company that is owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of the sponsors that you can see on the screen right now. If you are going to do a bit of business in 2021, then please keep it in the Millwall family by checking out all of our sponsors' website links in the description below or on our website, www.lionstv.co.uk. This is your Monday Club video. We're going to look back at Saturday's draw at home against Blackburn Rovers and ahead to tomorrow night's London derby, also at home against top of the table Fulham. But as always, let's wind it back to Saturday and the starting 11 that Gary Rowett picked to start the match. And there you have the team on the screen right there. Only one change from the side that drew 1-1 away at Loftus Road the previous Saturday. That was Jake Cooper, who was injured, coming in for Sean Hutchinson, who is now injured. Don't know anything on that one. I've had a lot of people ask me. I have absolutely no idea what's happened to Hutch. So get well soon to the skipper. A brilliant day in South Bermondsey. Sun was shining. And of course, it didn't fail to underwhelm and disappoint, did it? In my opinion, I was expecting a 1-1 draw. I predicted a 1-1 draw. I did speak to a lot of people outside the ground, and everyone was in carnival mood, jovial atmosphere, expecting it's going to be 2-0, it's going to be 3-1. But I'll skip to the end of the day now. I was in the car with my mate on the way home. I gave him a lift home, and granted he was about 8 pints deep and could hardly talk. But he said, I'm just gutted, all summer to plan and improve, and it's just the same. And I said, look, this is just Millwall. This is it. This is all we can have, in my opinion. That's as good as we can hope to get. An established championship side and a good cup run occasionally. Let's not forget as well, we are in effect, in a way, hanging on to the coattails of other clubs who buy big and spend big in the summer. And we've just got to try and go along with that. I know that's not probably what people want to hear, but in my opinion, Saturday was fine. It's all we can really expect. I don't think we're going to ever get to that next level, not unless Husky buy the club. Going back now nicely, link myself into the start of the game. John Berylson, of course, absolute legend of a man. Chairman, unveiled on the pitch, gave a rousing speech. I'll be honest, I don't slag the club off. Of course, I don't know they let me do the live streams from the ground. Couldn't understand a word he was saying. The echo on the mic was a little bit, I'm not sure what it was. I couldn't understand it. Personally, I couldn't understand a word. But brilliant from John Berylson. He didn't have to say anything, did he? He's been such a great chairman for us. He can just stand there and do a dance if he wants, and we'll still cheer him. So moving into the game, I felt we started the game very well. Very physical, on the front foot, good patterns of play, being aggressive, which is what we're good at, especially at home with a big crowd and a hostile crowd. Plenty of corners. I just felt, we usually see where they line up sort of in a conga line, don't we? And the defenders do the opposite for the other team. We did that a lot last season. It seems we're trying a different ploy and a different tactic with getting people in and around their goalkeeper. It didn't really work out for us. Although Jake Cooper came twice with headers, the second one I thought we maybe should have done better with. It wasn't really working out for us. In the end, we kiboshed that and went back to, as I said, the aforementioned conga line. Again, where some of us not happy with that performance. I thought it was fine. First half, I was happy with it by half time. People were expecting more, and you've got to look on the flip side of things. What were Blackburn doing? Okay, they're away from home, but we was by far the better side in that first half, with by far the more chances. I don't think Bulkowski touched the ball with his hands until he went up late in the half, literally at the end of the half, and he was clattered, dropping the cross when he come out for it, and in resulting in us getting a free kick. So I think our expectation levels are a little bit too high. It could have been a South Bermondsey Sun. It could have been the amount of alcohol consumed before the game. And of course, the new season will always bring that extra level of expectancy. But I thought it was a good performance at half-time. The only criticism I've got, and it leads me on to the goal, which we did score. And it's not just us doing this. It's all clubs doing this, all teams across the board. I see Leyton Orient playing jacket ball on Saturday, scored a brilliant goal under Kenny Jackett, playing out from the goalkeeper. And teams do like to do this. And what we also do is we get forward a lot in areas which I feel we could try and hurt teams with. And on the flip side of that, Brentford went a little bit more direct, didn't they, when they beat Arsenal Friday night. And then we come back and go sideways. And I understand why we're trying to do that. That's the tactic that Rowett wants to employ. And that's the tactic that a lot of managers across football, as I've said, do want to do now. But we're in areas sometimes where I just think, just stick it in. Just see what happens. Just take a gamble occasionally. Maybe that defender will let his man sleep. Maybe the goalkeeper will take his eye off the cross, and we can then be good, do what we're good at, and we can be intense and press them with the drop on the second ball. But we just seem to get into areas sometimes and then we work it back and then across and across and across. And at times our wingers on the ball could whip one in and before you know it, we're back with Bartle, we're back playing across the back three. And as I said, I know why they do that, because they want to break lines and they want to stretch defences to pick that perfect moment. But at times I feel we overplay. And as I said, it's not just us, that's everyone across the board. And the one time we don't, the one time we go quick, direct and get defenders turning, I always say, you never, if you're a defender or any opposition player, you don't want to be turning and facing your own goal defending. It's a worst nightmare for a defender. And it's exactly how we score our goal. Daniel Ballard gets the ball. He was outstanding again, by the way. Long diagonal, straight over the top. Scott Malone. Again, it's a brilliant ball by Malone, but it's also not. He does brilliant to connect with it the first time, but it's a bobbler across the box. But what he's done is, he's got defenders turning. They're facing their own goal. Jed Wallace gets to the wrong side of them, and we're 1-0 up. And then I didn't think we was going to score the goal. We moved the ball quickly, we score a goal, so keep doing that. We sort of let Blackburn come back into it. And again, we can't always say in the team's defence, we sat back and invited them on. Teams will have to then come and do what they need to do. Blackburn are never going to come as long as they're drawing. The second they go behind, then they'll come and try and have a pop at us. And they score a goal through the only shot on target for them in the whole game. Benik Afobe, who I felt did well in the game, is back in an area he doesn't really need to be in. Because there was two other players there. I really, really like his work rate. He's starting to rub off on me. He holds the ball up well, and you can see he really wants to play for the club, and I really enjoy that about him. But he concedes a free kick. Free kick or not, in your opinion or mine, he concedes it. And he doesn't need to be in that area, in my opinion. And then again, when I say about having defenders turning towards your own goal, we are completely in the wrong position. Our start position, I said it during our live stream, we should have been on the penalty spot there. We're on the edge of the box. And the Blackburn player is on the touchline. He's only about 10 yards further forward than in line with where the free kick is. And all we're doing is inviting him to swing one in round the back. And it's exactly what he does. I think Danny McNamara gets beaten in the air and it's 1-1. But yeah, the start position was all wrong. You want to be running onto a ball. I mean, surely that's the basics of defending. You don't want to be turning facing your own goal. And all we did by holding that high line was invite the Blackburn winger to whip one round the back. We're facing our own goal. Ben Berriton heads it across Bolkowski. Kenny Draper on the WhatsApp last night saying Bolkowski should have saved it. His footwork is all wrong, and so is his starting position because he doesn't project, but it's a good header right in the corner. I don't think Bok could have saved that. So, yeah, 1-1. And after that, we was hanging on a little bit, wasn't we? Hanging on a little bit until the game sees itself out in a 1-1 draw, which I predicted. Player-wise, how did I think people did? It was a little bit... Someone said to me afterwards, who's your man of the match? And I said it was difficult to pick anyone out for being outstanding, but also equally as difficult to pick anyone out for being poor. So I don't know, I thought Keith Nimble had another very good game. I agree with what Kenny said and East Van Cow. I didn't think Saville did too much. Saville won't do too much, I feel. I feel he'll have a good season for us. I think he's going to be a very important player for us. He's got a little bit of swagger about him, Saville, now. A little bit of, not arrogance, but a little bit of, I'm back now, I'm here to help you out of shit sort of thing. And I think he's just got that bit of swagger about him. He knows he's one of the, he's a big fish now in the pond, in the Millwall pond, and he will pop up in points and score fantastic goals, and important goals as well, as we've seen him do before in his previous spell at the club. I just don't think he's going to contribute that much to the game. The team, 2 games now, 2 draws, both goals scored by Jed Wallace again, just fucking doing Coco Beware, the Coco Beware dance. I'm sure he's a wrestling fan from the 90s, Jed. If you're not sure what that celebration was about, I'm pretty sure that he's been watching a little bit of a classic WWF wrestling. But one player for me that I don't want to keep digging individuals out, but George Evans, how Billy Mitchell or Ryan Leonard can't get in the side in front of George Evans, I don't know. And I've got a horrible feeling it's going to be a little bit of a Ryan Woods scenario. He just doesn't do enough for me, Evans. He gets on the wrong side of people a lot. He helps balls into areas when there's no one there without no composure. And I'm surprised that Billy Mitchell or, as I said, Ryan Leonard, who is still finding his feet after injury, can't get in the team in front of him. But listen, 2 games, 2 draws. QPR won 3-0 away, so they're definitely going to be a side that's going to be in and around it. And Blackburn, always difficult to break down, physical, and at the end of the day, 1-1 is not a bad result at all, in my opinion. So, moving on to tomorrow night's game against Fulham, our West London rivals. They are a pain in the absolute arsehole for this entire division. They're a little bit like Norwich. They're too good for the Championship, but then, as you see, Norwich going to get spanked 3-0 by Liverpool. Okay, it's Liverpool, but they just seem to yo-yo between the 2 divisions. They've got a new manager. Scott Parker left for Pastures New and the South Coast with Bournemouth, and Marco Silva is now at the helm. And he's doing all right because they are currently top of the shop. Opening day draw at home against Middlesbrough. That was on Sky. And last time out was on Saturday when they won 5-1 away at Huddersfield. So they're coming into this game full of goals, full of confidence, and will be looking to stay at the top of the division. The one to watch for them is going to be Alexander Mitrovic. If you've seen his goal against Huddersfield, you'll know why I'm laughing. If you haven't seen it, then have a look at it. Possibly the most random goal Mitrovic will ever score. But as we know, he doesn't just score random ones. He scores left foot, right foot header. He's a threat, and he will be the one to watch tomorrow night in South Bermondsey. Fulham, however, will be without new signing Harry Wilson. He was sent off in the win at Huddersfield, and they was 3-1 up. They went on to score another 2 after he was sent off. So they come in to South London, as I said, full of confidence, and will be looking to do the business. So this is your pre-match prediction, and here we go. Unfortunately, I am going for a 2-0 Fulham win. They're just that class above for this division. Added now with a new manager and some more players probably. It's just very difficult getting near teams like this for a team of our level. That's the reality of it, and I'm going for a 2-0 Fulham win. So that's your lot for this Monday Club. I hope you have enjoyed it. The game is live tomorrow on Sky Sports, 7:45 p.m. kickoff. I will be live streaming as well, as I will be for every single home league game this season, live from the Den. I'm sure that's the only fan channel in existence, not just at our club, across any, where you can get live commentary direct from the Den or whatever ground that their team plays at. So yeah, I'll be live streaming from I might just go about 5 minutes before kickoff, and I'll tell you why. I got done for copyright strike for a town called Malice and something else, so I need to not be streaming when there is music on, but I will be there. And if you fancy watching a bit of Sky Sports and listening to me, you know where to be. 7:40 p.m. tomorrow night at the Den. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.